Welcome back to my window cleaning training series. In this video, I'm going to go over towels for window cleaning. Towels can be used for detailing glass after squeegeeing off your solution, or it can be used for tracks, sills, or even just frames as far as wiping out the solution or having a larger towel for like a drop cloth. Let's start out with recycled surgical towels. These can come in a variety of sizes as far as like 16 by 16. This is about a 24-inch by 16. I like to have the larger size of these because you can throw them over your shoulder like this, and during the warmer times of the year, as you use areas to detail glass, those will dry out, so you can typically just have like one or two throughout a day for detailing, then maybe some other towels to kind of clean up your mess as far as your solution. So as far as texture with these, pretty much look like that close up. You can have kind of a ribbed look to them as well, depending on what kind you get. They'll have stitching along it, just like that. That doesn't really mean much at all, but that's how they'll typically look, is just with that texture. And they're kind of thick, not too thick. You can kind of see just how thin it is, but being 100% cotton, they're very absorbent and don't leave any lint behind. The reason why window cleaning companies really like these is that they're cheap. They don't cost too much. If you buy them in bulk, you're typically going to pay anywhere from like $1 to $2 per towel. One thing to note about recycled surgical towels, this is March of 2025, is that hospitals aren't going to be using these very much longer. So the good premium ones we've been used to for, good 20 to 30 years in window cleaning, in the window cleaning market, are not going to be available anymore. So if you do really like recycled surgical towels, I will put a link to the premium recycled surgical towels, and I would definitely suggest stocking up on those as soon as possible. We may only have about a year or more as far as really having these available and having to switch to other type of new surgical towels that aren't going to be as absorbent. One other tip, as you wash these, they'll get more and more absorbent. So if you get them and they're not absorbing too much, wash them a few times, and that will really help them become more absorbent. So that's going to be the most popular towel that's used in window cleaning. Another very popular towel that has come out here in the last few years as far as that window cleaning resource is the Squeegee Life towel. Now, this is a waffle weave microfiber. Let me show you the texture of it. So you see that. That's what makes it kind of the waffle weave microfiber. These are also going to be really good for detailing the edges of windows, just like recycled surgical towels. They're really, really good for track cleaning and sills as far as leaving a really shiny look behind. I have really liked these whenever I'm cleaning out tracks and I'm doing a deep clean. If I do my final swipe with these, they just seem to really clean up all of the water, leaving a really nice shine to the tracks or sills. So you see the size there. I'm not exactly sure as far as the measurements, but I'm gonna maybe say 16 by maybe 20 as far as with this towel. And then you have the little Squeegee Life logo right there. And so these cost about $6 a piece. You can buy them single or you can buy them in a 12-pack. But if you're looking for just a nice microfiber, maybe you prefer that over recycled surgical towel, these are really good as well. Not going to be as great for throwing over your shoulder during the day. Might be a little bit small and can fall off, but really good for fitting in your pouch as well. Next towels that I'll go over are very premium microfiber towels, I would call them, and that they have some different textures to them. So this one is a Unger Ninja microwipe, and this is a nice fish scale towel. To kind of show you the differences as far as texture, this is the Unger Ninja microwipe, and this is the fish scale. So you can see that different texture there, which looks like fish scales. I've personally really, really liked fish scale towels. This one I've actually had for over 8 years. It's pretty beat up. It kind of has a bunch of different areas where it's starting to become unstitched or just squiggly little lines coming out of it, but it works extremely well. I like these again, like the recycled surgical towels. I can put it around my shoulder. It'll dry out during the day. I found with these, it doesn't leave any lint behind when detailing glass. I don't use these for cleaning up my solution or track cleaning or anything like that. I've always just had these as detailing towels. Even the larger size here compared to the 16 by 16 that they also sell as far as a mini size, fits well in a pouch too. And then what I really like to do with the 16 by 16 is this is a maker handy sleeve. So it's a Velcro sleeve that you can use by hand or you can fit on a pole. And what I've done for so long is I have this on my belt, and I put this on here because it sticks to the Velcro very nicely. And then when detailing on a pole, I'm not just taking a towel and kind of wrapping around here and hoping that it stays on at heights. I'm able to secure this and then basically be able to detail even with like kind of that edge there or the larger space as far as the sleeve goes when attached to the Velcro, but does not come off easy at all, so it sticks on there really good. And I prefer the fish scale towels for that over any of the other microfibers. But just a little tip there. For these nice fish scale towels, the minis are run about $6 in, I think, 29 cents. These larges are gonna be around $16, and you can also buy them in 3 packs and 10 packs. But they stay good for a long time. I've washed these with warm water, dried them with heat, and unlike other microfibers, they still keep their absorbency. So I really, really prefer these. Even though they're a more expensive towel, I would suggest at least having a couple of these extra large ones just for your detailing. Now the Unger Ninja microwipe, like I showed you, is a different texture, but it also includes these little corner pieces. If you see that up close, it's a little bit rougher of a texture. So if you had a fingerprint or something still on the window, maybe a little piece of silicone or a bug spot, you can actually use this to kind of detail it out, and it'll remove it without leaving any scuff behind or anything like that. Now this is the larger size they had for a long time. Recently I've only seen the 16 by 16 inch size, but once again, you know, this is a cloth that could go over your shoulder, a more expensive towel as well, but a really nice premium microfiber that's easy to use for window cleaning. Lastly, if you've watched a lot of my videos throughout the days, you've seen me wear a towel like this around my shoulder. I learned this from a window cleaner I used to work with and got the privilege of owning a company with him. His name is Jim, and he was the one that turned me on to this. But it's a small bath towel. It's very light. I typically pick these up at Walmart, like $2 to $3. And basically what I do with these is I have them here on my shoulder. Let's say I've squeegeed off a window and my squeegee rubber's wet. I can use this to dry off my squeegee. If I have frames when I'm doing storefronts and I need to put a pole up there and really give it a good wipe, but I don't want to use my detail towel, I can just put it on there like that, wipe the frames. And then also if I'm in a home and I need a drop cloth, I can put that on a sill or I can put that out in front of me. But they're just great because they're so large and that you can really use them for a lot of things. I used to clean a lot of dealerships, and so it was great for being able to put over people's desks so I didn't get solution all over. There's many, many different uses for it. What I've had a lot of people say, it's disgusting that I'll wear this here because it's wet. It does get soaked throughout the day, but I'll have about 4 to 5 of them, but I find them extremely helpful for many situations. You'll probably find many things that it works well for you, but I would definitely suggest having some sort of larger cloth that you can use to kind of clean up your tracks, clean up your sills. And it's nice because it's right here on your shoulder, so your hand's always here to use it. I'm sure some of you will make fun of me in the comments about it, but I would definitely suggest finding some sort of larger towel like this to use. I do know many window cleaners though where they'll have a, they'll have a detailing towel and then they'll have a bunch of just like terry cloths or something like that in their pouch, and they'll use that to clean up their slop mess. Anyways, that is towels for window cleaning. Gone over recycled surgical towels, Squeegee Life, Waffle Weave microfibers, these fish scale towels, the Ninja micro wipe, and then also just a larger towel to maybe use for a drop cloth or whatever you need to use it for. If you have any further questions about towels, please feel free to comment below. This is what I found best that worked for me really well in the field. But once again, I hope this training series has been helpful for you, and I look forward to doing much more, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.